Thank you, Mary Ann, and thanks, Margaret and Elizabeth. I think I'll start right with the T-shirt, the ethics and knowledge. Ethics is the way we should be doing our policy. Ethics is the way things ought to be. And if you don't have that, you don't have any direction. I mean, there's nothing more practical in the world than having a reason for what you're doing. And as great as ethics is, and as necessary as it is, it can end up being like a pie in the sky or a castle in the air unless you have knowledge of the circumstances that you're trying to change, unless you understand the problem that we have. And so, knowledge is critical. We must understand what we're trying to achieve and what the details and the data of the problems that we have. And a lot of times, data itself, once you can agree on the facts, you're a long way towards agreeing with others on the solution. So it's a combination of facts, knowledge, and ethics that is a good theme, and you'll kind of, I hope, hear it coming out as we talk about all the different problems that we're facing in this nation. I want to address them today. I'll have 5 that I'll go over as quickly as possible for you. I realize it's a beautiful day. You probably have other things to do. There's a bright sun in your face right now. The 5 topics will be political reform, the budget deficit, the healthcare situation in this country, our environment, and being the world's leading nation, we need to talk about our foreign policy. So, I also, at the end of each of those topics, rather than just speaking and having you guys ask a question or make a comment afterwards, we'll stop in between them. So it becomes more like a conversation. Because democracy really should be a public conversation where the people have input and a say in what happens. And that goes all the way back to the Roman Forum and the Greek Agora, where people would gather pretty much like this and talk about what the problems are in the face of that society and what to do about them. So I'll give you that opportunity after each topic. I would like to say that we're going to have differences of opinion. That's quite natural. I'm quite comfortable with that. I have collected over 5,000 signatures in my petition process. I've met about 8,000 people in that process, and since then I've been going door to door. So I'm quite comfortable with difficult questions, tough questions, right on the topic. I'm as tired as you are of politicians not answering the question and being genuine. So I will do that if there's something that you need to hear from me or you have a question you'd like to ask. I am reminded of the quote that getting older is like climbing a mountain. You get more tired, but the view gets better. And so as we go through this, as we learn more, we're changing, we're growing, we're maturing. And so it's like Lincoln said, I'd like to think that I'm smarter today than I was yesterday. So there's going to be differences of opinion. We'll be at different places on the topics, but as long as we respect each other, which is something we're kind of missing in Washington these days, we'll be fine. All right, well, let's get started then on political reform. As Mary Ann said, I will take no more than $20 only from residents of the district because, I heard over and over again, people think, it's all fixed. No one cares about me. I'm not a part of this. It's all the big power and all the big money is making all the decisions, and I'm completely out of it. And we've got to work on getting money out of our politics. A very promising example is the state of Connecticut, which was very similar to Illinois in that their governor was in prison and the people had complete mistrust of their General Assembly. And they created what they call the Citizens Election Program, where you must get small donations of $100 or less and they need to come from the people in your district. And if you do that, then read the T-shirt.